Some love stories don't begin with a spark. They don't announce themselves with thunder or fireworks. They begin quietly, a glance that lingers a moment too long, a shared silence that speaks volumes, a door left open that neither person wants to close. Charlotte arrived at the old estate in late September when the leaves had just begun their slow surrender to gold. She came with one suitcase and a heart full of things she couldn't name. She told herself she was there to escape, from a city that had grown too loud, from a life that no longer fit. But the truth was simpler. She was looking for something. She just didn't know what. She didn't expect to find Amelia. Amelia was the caretaker's daughter, or so Charlotte had been told. But that word felt wrong, because Amelia didn't take care of the estate. She belonged to it. She moved through the gardens like she had grown there, like the winding paths and wild roses were extensions of her own soul. The first time Charlotte saw her, Amelia was standing at the edge of the river, barefoot, the hem of her dress wet with morning dew. She turned and her eyes met Charlotte's, and for a moment, neither of them breathed. That was the beginning. They started walking together, at first with careful distance, then closer, the space between them shrinking day by day like ice in spring. Amelia taught Charlotte the names of flowers. Charlotte taught Amelia the names of stars. They traded stories, secrets, the kinds of truths you only tell someone when you know they'll keep them safe. The first time their hands touched, it was an accident. Charlotte was reaching for a book, and Amelia was handing it to her. Their fingers brushed. Neither pulled away. And then the accidents became intention. They spent hours by the river. Charlotte would read aloud from worn paperback novels, and Amelia would listen with her eyes closed, sunlight tracing golden lines across her cheeks. Sometimes their shoulders touched. Sometimes Amelia would rest her head on Charlotte's shoulder. And sometimes Charlotte would close the book and they would just sit together in the quiet, letting the water say everything they couldn't. The first time they kissed, it was raining. A sudden autumn storm had caught them in the garden, and they ran for the old boathouse, laughing, soaked to the bone. Inside, the air was thick with the smell of wet wood and something else, something electric. Amelia reached up and pushed a strand of wet hair from Charlotte's face, and then her lips were there, soft and warm, and Charlotte felt the walls she had spent years building collapse in a single breath. That kiss tasted like rain and possibility. It tasted like coming home to a place you've never been. Their love wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It was morning coffee made just the way the other liked it. It was a blanket shared on cold evenings. It was knowing, without asking, when the other needed silence and when they needed words. It was the kind of love that doesn't demand, it holds. But even soft love asks hard questions. One night, by the fireplace, Charlotte finally spoke the words she had been carrying. "What happens when I have to go back?" Her voice cracked on the last word. Amelia watched the flames for a long time. The firelight danced across her face, and Charlotte saw tears there. Silent ones, the kind you don't try to stop because stopping them would mean stopping the feeling behind them. Then Amelia turned. She took Charlotte's face in her hands, the way she had done 100 times, and she said, "You don't go back. Not all the way. A piece of you stays here, with me, always." And she pressed her forehead to Charlotte's, and they breathed together. Two women, one heartbeat, a promise that didn't need words. The seasons turned. Gold became white, white became green, and still, they stayed. Charlotte never did go back. Not really. She built a new life in that old estate, in the spaces between Amelia's words, in the quiet corners of a love that asked for nothing and gave everything. Some love stories don't begin with a spark. They begin with a door left open, a hand not pulled away, a kiss in the rain. Charlotte and Amelia. Two names, one heart, one story that will never end.